know if it's recording, but hopefully it is. Um, so
It
I
is.
all right, it is all right. So what is up, everyone? Oscar here, and today's video is going to be talking about our, as promised. This is my post game reaction video. I do have Jason back here with me. If you are lost, please check out our pregame video. It is up on my channel. It has been up on my channel the last 2 days. So if you, this is going to be our post game reaction to Washington football team versus the Dallas Cowboys matchup that happened yesterday afternoon. So this is again, like I said, this is our post game show analysis on what our thoughts on our for Washington versus Dallas are. Um, I do want to let everyone know though that I did win the bet, even though Jason here played me dirty.
Listen, I did
Played me
awesome.
dirty.
I did awesome.
He instead of paying me $20 up front, he paid me $19.99. Um, but the point of the matter is, I won the bet. He prematurely celebrated already. Did you? I have a question for you before we talk about Washington and Dallas. Did you actually have the microphone in your cart?
Yeah, it was sitting there for about the last month, and I was waiting to buy it with Oscar's money, and that's why I paid you 19.99. One, because I pulled the trick on someone last year, and I thought it was funny, and I do it again. Second, it sounds awesome. 19.99. Hello, 1990s. And third, I needed that 1 cent to pay for the mic.
So how's that fun going for you since the since the $20 didn't pay out, and instead it went out to me instead of you. So
Oh, not really. I
how-
mean, well, yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. I made a bunch of other bets regarding the election, so I already won one bet. I told one friend I wasn't voting for Joe Biden. I got $250. So, but I'm buying other things with that.
uh, well,
At least I paid you.
true.
Let me take a drink of my soda to celebrate. Mm. Awesome.
Anyways, even though Washington, and I'm gonna make this clear, and I'm gonna make this clear one time and one time only. I am retiring from bets. Yes, you heard me right. I am retiring from bets with Jason Alamio. I am undefeated in bets with Jason.
Boy, okay. You're just
I
scared that I'm gonna
I
win
am
another bet. You're scared I'm gonna win a bet. That's what you're scared of. You're scared. You're scared. Like, oh, I already won one. Ladies and gentlemen, Oscar Montiel does not want any more money from me.
no, nope. I'm good. I will.
Because you know I'll win. Is that what it is?
I'm going to. I am retired.
Is it because
So,
you're winning? Is it because your winning streak wouldn't continue? Are you afraid you can't go 2-0?
dude,
Uh,
if I can't win a bet with nine, dude, I am surprised that I actually won that bet. To be honest, because as we spoke in the pregame, I was like, "Yo, I don't think any," and I told you, I don't think any of us are gonna win this bet. It was it was due to the events that I actually won the bet. But I honestly straight up said, especially me, I said, nope, I ain't winning. Like I knew at the beginning of the season, especially because here's the thing: if it was, and I guess we can get into the post game analysis. Say Dak Prescott was playing because he was playing lights out in the when he was playing. He was the Dallas Cowboys were scoring 30 plus points per game, in every game that he was playing. So imagine if Dak Prescott was playing in this game. I don't think it would have been 25-3. I think it would have gone maybe 42-25 or so. It was going to be something like that if Dak Prescott played this game. Let's be honest. So I think I played it smart not canceling the bet, seeing Andy Dalton take over, because I'm like, maybe I have a chance, but I don't think so either. So it was just, I just, Dak Prescott, unfortunately for you, Dak Prescott got hurt at the wrong time. As bad as that may sound, as bad and horrible of a person I sound, but like that is
Hey,
my take.
you, Cowboys did awful. We'll get into that, but I just gotta say, um, you're just lucky. You got lucky because we would have sent your asses crying. I mean, you guys aren't a good team anyway. I mean, you think you're gonna win in 2 weeks? Maybe, maybe. I mean, the
Maybe
Giants aren't very
against the
good.
Giants.
Maybe
The
there's a good chance, but you think after that you're gonna win? Uh. I
we have an easy schedule though.
You have an easy
We
schedule, but not a good team. That's the problem. I mean, I know my Cowboys are terrible, but I don't see after the Giants game in 3 weeks, you ain't winning. Sorry.
well, still, you know what? I would place another bet, but I'm retired, so I'm just
I'm
gonna.
willing. I'm willing to bet 50,
Nope,
60.
nope,
How about 100?
nope,
200?
nope.
It's because you're scared that I'm gonna win that bet because you don't have confidence in your team.
Of course, I don't. Like I said, I didn't have confidence that we were gonna win 25-3. I told you that. I
Well,
told
listen.
you this in our
Look,
pregame.
if you wanna bet and cheer on your team and get money at the end of it, which you won't, then I'm down. But you're scared. I understand.
Eh, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, so let's talk about yesterday's game. So I'll give you some. I'll give you all some good news for Dallas. At least because I know that Washington gave a dirty hit to Andy Dalton, but Washington lost one of their players on defense as well, due to a torn Achilles. I think it's a torn. It's maybe a torn Achilles. Okay, I have a question. What's the difference between a torn Achilles and a ruptured Achilles? Aren't those the same thing?
No, torn Achilles is like you can't move that area. A ruptured is like kind of like a sprain, where it's like you gotta ice it, relax it, and you'll be fine. Whereas
No,
a
but
torn
a
Achilles,
rupture. I hear that a ruptured Achilles is worse than a torn Achilles. Because with ruptured, you're out like athletes are out like a year and a half
I
of.
guess so. I don't. I'm not a medical expert. You might want to call Naeem's sister for that one.
True. Or ask Naeem because that's his general. He's book smart for that. Anyways, so at least there's some silver lining for Dallas is that Washington, they got hurt on one got hurt. He is done for the year. Landon Collins, after all that work that he actually put in, he hasn't played well for Washington's defense at all. He was burnt toast, as we like to call it. He was getting burnt in every single play. But I don't know what it was against this Dallas team that Washington decides to play him in his right spots, that he was actually doing decently until he got injured. So he is now out for the season. Look out for a video if there is any breaking news regarding who Washington, because I'm hearing that Washington is looking to sign some people, and this is a right time to start signing some replacements for Landon Collins. Because we have the bye week, and due to the new COVID-19 protocols, if teams need to sign players, they have to wait 2 weeks for to play, just because of travel restrictions and all that. The whole entire 14-day blah blah blah. So this is a good time for Washington to do it if they need to sign anyone, if they need to trade for anyone, because the NFC East is known as the NFC least. Any team, especially even the Dallas Cowboys, Jason. So there is also some good news for Dallas, even though not a lot of Dallas fans are saying that they could win the division, but it is what it is. Any team in the NFC East can win the division at this point. Even the 1-6 Giants. So before I get into my thoughts on the game, what were your primary thoughts? I watched your videos. I do want to talk about maybe your who stays and who goes video because there were certain players that caught my attention, and there's actually some trade rumors regarding I think one of the players that did you talk about? You talked about Everson Griffin, right? On in one of
Yeah.
your videos.
So
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay. So we'll talk about him because there's trade rumors swirling with him. So
yeah. So in my can I start with the video? The
yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
go.
in my video, and Oscar, I can send you it if you want. If you want to post it, I'm not sure, but um, I talked about who the Cowboys should take out and who they should keep. So there were a few aspects of that video. First, who they should take out. Second, who they should keep. Third, who should they bring back, and four, why it wouldn't work out either way. So first, I thought they should have taken out Ezekiel Elliott. Um, Ezekiel Elliott to me was doing nothing. CD Lamb to me was doing zero. Wasn't doing jack squat. Wasn't running the ball. Nothing was going on there. Now I did say we could replace our running backs. It looks like we could do it in the first round draft pick or second draft pick or the second round. I'm sorry. We could go for Chuba Hubbard. We could go for Travis Etienne. We could go for Najee Harris. There's a whole list of running backs. And one thing I said in my video is they don't have to be big, widely known players. I mean, they don't have to. I'm sorry. They could be regular old players that maybe don't have the biggest names in the league, but that are really ready, willing, and able to play football with a passion and actually play the damn game. Now, if you hear that, that is my cat. Uh, I did say so we could definitely make some replacements there. Now,
So I wanna talk about Zeke before you go further. The problem with that is Dallas paid him a lot of money, a
yeah,
lot
90,
of money
$90
last.
million dollars.
Yeah, $90 million for it was 8 years at the time. So now he used up one of the years, so it's gonna be 7 years. So you guys gotta. I don't see Dallas, especially. So this year has not been particularly good for him, but in the past few years, like he's been a leading rusher in the NFL. The first in his first 4 years, he has been a leading rusher for the NFL. 2 of those 4 years could have been a third if he didn't get suspended one of the in some of the games for one of the seasons. But he pretty did. Now this year again, we just gotta call it as it is. The whole entire Dallas team is horrible, and we'll continue talking about that. So, but Zeke, it would be very tough for them to freeload him. I don't know what team has the space to pick up that type of deal, and also where he would fit because again, a lot of teams, and it also depends on the player as well. Because if the player is going to go to a championship caliber team, then that could go for them. But if they're not, take the New York Jets for example. The Jets signed Le'Veon Bell, who is now with the Kansas City Chiefs. 2 years, yeah, 2 years ago or last year to a hefty deal for 3 years. Le'Veon and the Jets are not even playoff contenders at all. Like they had a losing record last year. They're most likely going to get the first overall pick in the NFL draft. They're probably going to get Trevor Lawrence as their new quarterback for next year. So Le'Veon Bell, the Jets, cut Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell, what did he do? He went to a championship caliber team in the Kansas City Chiefs. So, like I said, it's not Ezekiel Elliott. I think he needs his agent and the team would need to find a team that's suitable for him, but also take that contract because I don't think he would want to take a pay cut. Yes, this year has been a down year, but his first few years that he has been in the league, he's been productive. So that's the only problem I see with that.
I think you could be right on that. I think my problem with him in general, he's not actually doing his job this year. And yeah, okay, he was effective before. That is correct. And you could argue, hey, is it leadership? Is no one bringing the team together? But I mean, Ezekiel Elliott, every single time there are plays going on, games going on, he's always fumbling the ball. I call him Fumble Zeke because he's
Zeke.
Fumble Zeke. He's got nothing going on. Nothing. He's got nothing going on. And even right now, you saw him in yesterday's game. He just stood there like, oh, what? I'm playing football. What? I mean, come on, get your asses up. Get your asses up. I mean, the whole team is whacked this year. And everybody's replaceable to me. Every single person on that team is replaceable. Nobody doing the goddamn job. Nobody. Ain't nobody. Not Ezekiel Elliott, not CD Lamb, not Anthony Brown, not
What
Trayvon
about
Diggs. Nobody.
what about what about Amari Cooper? Because he's what about because he also got paid. He got 20 mil for the next 5 years, so that's like 100 mil right there. And he was the only player that actually stepped up yesterday.
Yeah,
The wide
I mean,
receiver.
there are some people, and that's actually the next point I was gonna get to.
Because I
That
was
we could
surprised that you didn't mention him in your video
I did not
for
mention
Dallas to keep.
Amari Cooper. Yeah, I made that mistake because I don't know. I'm conflicted on Amari Cooper because I think he steps up more than all the rest, but I think he also lets us down along with all the rest, which is why I think, nobody's really definitely sure. Like, oh yeah, he's got to stay, right? Um, so here's my thing. The next point of my video I was gonna get to. Um, we can possibly keep Leighton Vander Esch. We could possibly keep Trayvon Diggs. In my video,
For Leighton Vander Esch, it's more of just an injury issue. He just needs
yeah,
to stay healthy.
I think he does, and I think maybe the Cowboy trainers should do a little more with their medical trainers as well, to keep their players healthy. But Leighton Vander Esch for sure could possibly stay. Um, maybe Trayvon Diggs, just because Trayvon Diggs is a 25-year-old rookie, but I'm not, and he's getting his foot wet,
And
his feet wet, but he I'm not sure that he should stay, but I also made the argument that I heard from Dylan Lowe saying, look, it's his first year in the leagues. He's gonna get better.
yeah, he's
Um,
gonna get better and he's gonna mature.
yeah, but I'm not again, and I'll get to why I'm not sure about that either. Now, who we could possibly keep Amari Cooper. I think we should keep Amari Cooper. The next person I think we should bring back, which I talked about it. I don't think I mentioned him, but Alden Smith could probably bring back. I know he's injured, but possibly bring him back. Everson Griffin. Which of course there are trade rumors. Cowboys should definitely keep Everson Griffin. Now they're not getting any
No,
younger.
no.
Now I've heard both sides of the argument where they say, "Hey, let's keep him." I'm actually not sure on Everson Griffin. I'm not even sure on Alden Smith, to be honest with you.
Um, Alden Smith is a little bit harder just because. So Dallas is the only team that gave him a chance because he's been suspended for like 5 years, I believe. Um, from the league for drug abuse. I think it was. I can't remember off the top
Something
of my
like
head, but
that.
yeah, it was something like that. So Dallas is the only team that gave him a chance. He's the only team. He's the only guy that has been actually balling out somewhat for the team. Everson Griffin, he is not playing up to the potential that Dallas has signed him for. So there are trade rumors for him. The only problem is because his production has gotten so low, not a lot of teams are looking to get him. So I don't know what the trade value is if Dallas is looking to trade him, which I heard there
But
are trade rumors, but I'm not sure
I think what they might
how much he
do.
would go for.
I think what they might do is what they did with Dak Prescott this year. And Dak Prescott, of course, as I went over in our pregame show, is because he was just asking for too much moolah, too much money. I think what they might do is, we don't want you anymore. And what other teams are going to do is, hey, we might not sign you as a contract player. We'll make you 1 year
One
kind of
year
contract
deal.
player, 1 year deal, and then you're a free agent just to kind of keep him in the league, just for teams to test him out, see what's going on. Uh,
Yeah.
could he leave the NFC East? Maybe, but I think they should. I don't know. You're convincing me more. We should trade him, and so are others. But it's going back and forth between all the sports commentators. Someone we should. I don't know about Jalen Smith even staying. Jalen Smith. I mean, he had a play where
He's
look at
been
him.
decent for the Dallas Cowboys. He's been decent.
Nah,
He's
but decent ain't
actually
enough. Decent is not
yeah.
enough. How many plays has he
Especially
given up? How many people have scored because of him? Plenty.
yeah,
And
because
then
yeah.
you know, Anthony Brown, trash, complete trash. He's got to
Oh
go.
yeah,
He's got
yeah.
to
Him.
go. Anthony
Um,
Brown, just complete shit. It's just incredible how the Cowboys are just, and we'll get into that. But Anthony Brown can't play to save his life. I don't even think he knows when the football is coming. I don't even think he knows what a wide receiver is or the right tackle. I don't even think he knows what a special teams is. Just the
well,
way he plays football.
well, we'll see. So there is reports that because one of Dallas's corners can so if I butcher his name, I apologize. I just don't know how to pronounce this guy's name right. Achidi Awuzie or something. It's something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. So he's coming back, and he's actually the best corner that Dallas has. He has killed Washington in the past. Um. So I hear he's probably coming back um from injury. Who else is coming off of Sean Lee?
Sean Lee,
No.
yeah. Also, Blake Jarwin possibly could be coming back. Of course, I think
Isn't
he's on injury.
isn't he isn't he doesn't I think he's out for the year, no? Even though he was balling out for Dallas as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's out for the year. I mean, he should be. The Dallas is. I think Dallas is out for the year. Um, he might be out for the year. Yeah. I'm not too sure on that. I'd have to look into that. Um, but yeah, so that was my who should stay, who should go. Um, but I see a problem. So now they were saying, hey, let's bring back Doc Prescott. Who cares? Give him whatever he wants. Da 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 da. I don't think so. I'm gonna tell you two reasons why I don't
I
think so. Number one,
I
number
say
one,
give him another look. I'm not a fan of the. I'm not a because Washington did the same thing for with Kirk Cousins, the now quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. They did that twice with Kirk Cousins. This is obviously before with the previous regime, where they franchise tagged Kirk Cousins 2 years in a row. They did it his fifth year, and they said, okay, he led us to the playoffs that year. That was back in 2015. Let's see if he can, do it again. He put up the numbers, but he cost us the game. So hence the reason why I don't think he got the secondary, the second deal, because he just didn't do enough. So that's why I'm not a fan of the franchise tag, because they can ultimately, especially Dallas, even though I do think that Jerry Jones he likes Dak Prescott. They say that they like you in front of your face, but behind closed doors are like, nah, there's whispers, and you fall out, when there's, behind closed doors, you don't know what's going on. So that's why I'm not a big fan of franchise tagging players 2 years in a row, but that's what I think that they should do with Dak Prescott, especially if he got screwed over with that injury, because he was on his way on getting paid. Maybe not Patrick Mahomes money, but he was on his way of getting, like, what I think it was like 35, 40 mil at least
somewhere around there,
for
yeah.
like 2 or 3 years, maybe even four.
But here's the reason I don't think they should do that. Okay, you got Ezekiel Elliott CD Lamb, all these players, they play for possibly a smaller amount of money, right? And what do you see? They're on their A game. Maybe they're not on the complete A game, but they're actually playing like they want to be there. You got people jogging, captains jogging in a game, not even running. They look like they're at a softball practice or like a park. Like, hey, dude, what are you going to do after this? So they're not doing a goddamn thing. Why? Because now you pay them a higher amount of money. Oh, well, now I got the money. I'm probably investing that in stock. I'm investing that somewhere in the NFL. I'm starting a new company. I'm making a business with some friends. I don't know what they're doing, right? But you know they're not just keeping that money in a safe, right? They're doing shit with that money. And they're not even concentrating on that. You pay Doc Prescott what you want, what he wants. You give him everything he wants. You make him the franchise guy. He's not going to do anything. The Cowboys were still losing with him. Sure, were we scoring more? Yeah, but I don't think we should do that. He doesn't deserve it. Not in my book. Maybe you bring on somebody else talking about the Cowboys. Maybe they might say, hey, yeah, let's bring on Doc Prescott. Maybe we could bring back Doc Prescott. I'm not against bringing back Doc Prescott. But I'll tell you something that I think it was Skip or Shannon said. Um, one of the two said, hey, what if Jerry Jones is saying, you know what? I'm looking at this college player, Jerry something. I don't remember what his name was. He's 6'5", looks great. I like his name. I don't
So you know
know.
what's you know what's bad. And this is why I'm kind of wanting. Sorry to interrupt and talk about no nonsense on my channel, but like this is why I want to do the sports talk with this guy, because I need to do college. Like I need to investigate in college football. I just don't know how and where to start. So I need some more expertise. So you have like at least you have done your research. I just don't know where to begin on my research. So if you're gonna talk college football, don't even start because I don't even know. Like I only know about the quarterback Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Trey
that's I
Trey
think that's who they were
Trey,
talking about.
Trey Fields. I think the other quarterback that's in
No,
next
it's
year's draft.
Justin Fields.
Justin Field. There you go. Oh, Trey Lance. See. Oh, Trey Lance. That's
Yeah,
that's that's the that's the
which they
name
were all
of.
mentioned. But see, that's what Jerry. Now, there's an argument on Undisputed saying, oh, maybe Jerry Jones is saying, let's get rid of Doc Prescott, let's get that college player, without even knowing what's his record, how
Yeah, I don't
many,
need. I don't.
what's his
But here's the
scoring,
thing.
what's whatever.
I. I don't think you guys are gonna. I don't think you guys are gonna be able to uh tank for Trevor because the Jets are 0-6. The Jaguars haven't won a game since week 1. Who else are one-win teams? The Giants. You guys beat the Giants, so
Yeah.
yeah. So I maybe the other two quarterbacks. Maybe if you are maybe I don't know third or fourth or maybe even fifth in the draft, you
I
got
I
in the
think I
first
think
round.
what
You
yeah,
you can
maybe
get
in the
one of the
first
other
round.
two quarterbacks, but I don't think you're gonna get Trevor Lawrence.
No, I think maybe or Trey Lance, but I think maybe Justin Fields we might get, but I don't know if Jerry Jones is even looking at it because Jerry Jones isn't thinking strategy. How does he play? What's his method? Um, Jerry Jones is just thinking, who do I like more? Whose name sounds great? Who looks tall, big, handsome, beautiful face, everything? Who looks big enough? I think we should go for Justin Fields. Could we bring back Dak Prescott? Sure. Maybe Andy Dalton as well. I'm not sure about that, to be honest with you. But have Justin Fields as the third backup or as a second backup? Okay, great.
Or
Um,
have him develop, have like maybe sign Dak Prescott to I don't know, like I said, the 1 year deal or whatever, right?
yeah.
Even Andy Dalton on another 1 year deal. Them like take 1 more year so that way they can develop Justin Fields or Trey
Yeah.
Lance, because one of those two quarterbacks are Ohio State quarterbacks, and Ohio State quarterbacks are not that good. Take a look at what happened to Dwayne Haskins, who
Yeah.
is
Hmm.
Ohio State,
Yeah.
with the exception of being Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow is actually doing well, even though he's playing for the Bengals, which the Bengals are a bad organization too. but at least he's showing up in games. But
He is.
other than that, Ohio State quarterbacks are not, from what I hear, are not the
Yeah,
best.
Clemson's good. Duke's good. Duke particularly is good in basketball. They are.
Duke, that's where Daniel Jones, the quarterback of the Giants,
Yeah.
he's
Um,
decent. He
he's
just doesn't
decent,
have. He's decent, but it doesn't. He
but
doesn't have the playmakers to
right.
help him out.
Yeah. Um, I don't remember the topic we were discussing. I got carried away about Dak. Oh, Dak Prescott. So here's now you could bring him back, but I think we could also look at others. The problem is I don't think we should be paying these players more and more and more. I think we should pay them up the scale, up the scale, up the scale, little by little. Because right now they got the money that they wanted. They're not playing for it, and you can't decrease their salary. Why? Because then they're gonna go. Well, I'm gonna leave the team. So now that you spoiled them, they're not gonna like. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'll do better. No, they're not gonna do zero of that. That's not happening. Um, now I don't know. I'm just stuck. This team. Uh, First off, the Cowboys normally give up 36 points in a game. This is a sixth straight game where they're losing by 14. This is the seventh straight game. I think where they're that they give up the lead or they blow the lead. They played against your team, which was dead last in rushing yards. They uh, it looked like a freak show yesterday. Um, if you want to talk about Andy Dalton's injury real quick, I know I'm sorry if I'm leading the discussion. This is your channel.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. Thanks. Andy Dalton. So this is where I think Skip Bayless is terrible in his analysis. He did pretty good in today's analysis. I'm not going to lie to you. This is one of the best I've seen from him. And I don't say that a lot. I mean, come on. I have a video titled Skip Bayless is a hypocritical ass-kissing jackass. So, I mean, come on. Um, I'm going to change that, by the way, I think, if it lets me. But here's where I see the problem. So Andy Dalton gets his helmet knocked off. You then get three young linemen going to help him out, see if he's okay. The rest are about to pounce, but then the refs call and say, "Oh my God, let's eject John Bostic." That's his name, right?
Yeah.
Is that yeah? I called him Joe Bostic in my video. If you noticed, I was like, I hope I got that right, but it's John
Oh,
Bostic.
I heard John. So
Okay, so I might have said it right. So John Bostic knocks him down. He gets a concussion. He hits the turf really badly, with pretty much a lot of force, pretty good force on the heart. I have to say. But then Skip Bayless is like, well, oh my God, you had people going to help him, and we didn't have enough time to go shove him. You could have shoved him from the back. I think Shannon Sharp was right on that point. You could have shoved him from the back. This whole argument that Skip Bayless was like, oh, we don't know them though. Well, he doesn't know the team very well. You don't have to. You got my uniform on. I don't have to, as Shannon Sharp said, I don't have to know your kids. You don't have to know mine. I don't have to know your wife. You don't have to know mine. We don't have to go grub. We don't have to go to the movies. We don't have to hang out after the game. You wear my uniform. You are my teammate. As soon as he was knocked down, there should have been one of our linemen going and shoving his ass. I don't advocate for violence, but it's football. That's what you're supposed to do. Because now we've put the next quarterback who we've got is now in danger.
Yeah,
They're now in
here's the
danger.
thing. Yeah,
Because now
that's the
people are going to
same.
go, they're going to go, oh my God, we can mess with him now. Because you didn't defend Andy Dalton. They saw that and they're like, well, shit, no one's going to do anything to us. What if another quarterback goes out? What's Dallas going to do after that? Nothing.
So now your guys are, well, as of right now, because I haven't seen any reports, and I probably won't get any because I get notifications from the NFL app. Um, so with so my question to you is, do you see this seventh round pick? I forgot what his name was. Um, the seventh round pick from James Madison College. Do you see him starting against Philadelphia on Sunday?
No, I don't. uh
depending on how bad the because here's the thing, concussions aren't anything like they used to be back in the day. Because back in the day, because now they go like I gotta give sports credit where credit is due. At least they're actually going out of their way and doing concussion like better concussion protocols. So the reason why I ask that is because I don't see Andy Dalton playing against Philadelphia on Sunday with a concussion. He may be fine, but the way the concussion protocol is, I don't see it.
No, and especially
Now,
with the way he was knocked down, I don't think so. Could our guy from James Madison start? Who knows? I don't think he will, but I mean, the Cowboys surprised me yesterday. They might surprise me again.
yeah, like I said, again. I wasn't expect you. Even I've told you, sir. I'm like, dude, I don't see it. I told you, I don't see any of us winning this bet. I only give us a 4 point win. It
Yeah, and
was
I
just
gave us a 7 point win, and I
seven
said
point win.
I told you there's no way anyone's getting into the 30s or the 40s in types of points. So I was right about that. I was
But
definitely right. And
Washington was close. If it wasn't, they missed it. So if they made an extra point, actually, let me see. If they made a 2 point conversion, and they made a field goal
yep,
that they missed, they would have been on the 30s. They would
they
have
would have.
been.
But
Or
I
if
told
they,
you that they wouldn't. I told you they wouldn't. There was
or
no way.
if they made that touchdown where Dallas and here's the thing, I actually saw some fight in Dallas at the beginning of the game
Yeah,
because
because they stuffed that
Washington.
play.
Yeah, exactly. They stopped that play. I'm like, oh, okay. Dallas actually comes to play against Washington. But then when I saw them go 2-0, I was like, huh?
Yeah, I was, watching the replay because I didn't get to watch because freaking Fox was playing, uh, Houston Texans versus was it Packers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. They were playing that game, and I was like, wow.
Just if you're
But
trying to watch anything East Coast, by the way, just download anything sports. Just watch the Yahoo. Just
yeah,
download Yahoo Sports,
hmm
Yahoo Sports, or download the NFL app.
yeah, I might just do that out of Fox Sports. But when I saw that, I thought, oh my god, there was a little bit of life. But I mean, by halftime, I think we were losing by what, 18,
It was like, yeah, 22-3.
22-3. So that's actually that's 10 points or something like that. It was no. It was almost 20 points. It was 19 points we were losing by. And by halftime, it was just god awful. And then they tried to play at the last minute of the game. It was just super stupid. Look at Trayvon Diggs. I said I gave him a break, but I'm not going to give him a break here. Terry McLaurin ran circles around him. That son of a gun. Terry McLaurin was just like, oh, I guess you're
Oh
gonna let me
no,
do
but
this. You're gonna let me do that. Oh
Ter,
my god.
Ter, but Terry McLaurin does that to everyone. Does that to every cornerback, even the best ones. Even the best ones. Like I don't know what it is with Terry McLaurin, but he always burns like any cornerback that he plays. He has the capability of like burning them. Granted, if we had good quarterback play, then yeah, like and Terry McLaurin would have been feared. But like I
Yeah, but I mean the fact that Trayvon Diggs, I mean, and look, he's a rookie. You could argue that, hey man, he's a rookie or whatever, whatever. Ezekiel Elliott didn't do his thing. Neither did Leighton Vander Esch. Neither did Jalen Smith. Neither did Anthony Brown. Nobody did their damn thing. Uh, Dylan Lowe and Shannon Sharp say that the safety is the worst of our defense. I think that could be true. I think our right tackle is even worse. We even have a rookie in center. Why do we have a rookie in
so
center?
so the
Why?
reason with that is because also Dallas they're often again like I said in our pregame, your offensive line is good. It's the problem is that they're all injured.
You might want to get on your mic.
Hold on.
Yeah, and that's the problem is that we're Dallas. I have not seen this many injuries in a long time. A
Yeah, because
long time. I mean
that
that.
offensive line, the way that like if they you actually had the actual like the starters like the one guys play, um Zeke would have had space to run, but not with the way that not with the backups or third strings. So there was like a bunch of third strings. Let me do some research because I do want to ask you out of the remaining games that are left. Even
Well,
though Dallas fans are like, yeah, let's tank. But again, NFC East is wide open. So I want to ask you out of the games that you guys have left.
well, and
Um,
and while you're looking for that, I just want to say, I mean, we are suffering injury after injury, but I mean, and Zeke probably would have done better. But I mean, look, Andy Dalton was running for his life. Nobody was feeding him the football. Nobody was protecting the quarterback. Nobody was doing anything. Um, and then when you're done doing your research and asking me the question, I do want to ask you. I do want to talk about the Antonio Gibson play that went on with Jalen Smith, or should we talk about that right now?
we can talk about that now. So I
Okay.
can multitask.
Yeah. So I mean, you got Jalen Smith, you got Antonio Gibson, and I think so. Antonio Gibson had 94 on 11 carries, and he
Hey
went
man.
12 and he went 12 yards and he scored that touchdown, and that's what made
Hey,
it 9-0.
Hey man, I ain't complaining about that. Want to know why? I have Antonio Gibson in my fantasy league, and if it wasn't for him, I probably would have been losing by now. So I'm not complaining any. I'm not gonna analyze
Yeah, no,
anything
you
into
are,
that.
you are. I am. You're like yes,
Yeah, I was
but I'm
happy
complaining my ass off.
when he went big when he did that big run of like what I think it was like 50 yards. I was like yes. I'm like
Well, no,
Antonio
no, no. He did. He
Gibson.
did 80. I think he did 82 yards in the game. It was
No,
82.
he did he had he had like a 50-yard run in Dallas against Dallas,
Yeah,
I
but I,
think.
I but I think
So,
in total, I think he had what 82.
no, in total he had 100 and
Oh,
something.
120 or something like that.
Yeah.
But dude, he did a 94 on 11 carries, did 12 yards, scored a touchdown, and Jalen Smith just let him walk all over him. He didn't even do anything. He didn't stop him. Defense didn't do anything. It was like you just let that dude walk into the end zone. How do you do that? I mean, I'm not a football player and I cover football less than I do baseball, but even I know. How do you not stop that play? How do you not? How do you not rush him? How was there no tackle? How was there nothing? And then you got Cole Holcomb, as you mentioned. We made him look like a superstar. I know I'm animated. Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, damn, that dude is screaming so much. I'm gonna take off my headphones. I'm pissed off. You had Cole Holcomb looking like a superstar. He was all over the field, and nobody could stop him. Not the right tackle, not the left guard, not the safety. Nothing. Nothing. No one could stop him. These
All
guys
right.
normally are struggling, right? I mean, your team
Yeah. I mean,
normally are
the front
struggling.
seven, the front seven is good. It's the back end, like the cornerbacks and the safeties, the
Yeah.
secondary as they call them. That's our weakest point. But our front seven is actually pretty. It's like top 10, I think. But before we have, because I know that we have to get off. So we Dallas's remaining schedule is this: at Philadelphia. Uh, Again, home against Pittsburgh Steelers. Week
They
10
had they
is
had a good
is
game.
week 10 is your bye, so you guys have a break. Then think and then oh wait no. Then at Minnesota, um
Vikings.
then against Washington at home, Thanksgiving. Then you're gonna go at Baltimore. Um, then at Cincinnati. At home against San Francisco 49ers. At home against Philadelphia. And then your final game is at New York with the Giants. So what would your record be looking at the remaining schedule? Because there's 9 games left. Some of them are winnable if you guys can get your act together. If Dallas can get their act together, some of them are winnable.
I think the Giants are winnable. Philadelphia is kind of winnable too, in my opinion. Uh, I think with Cincinnati, I think we'll lose against Cincinnati. We're definitely going to lose against the Steelers. The Steelers are undefeated. They went against another undefeated team yesterday, and yet they did pretty well against them, and they beat them. I don't. Who was the other undefeated team? It was
There's Tennessee. They beat Tennessee
yeah,
yesterday, which was one of
yeah,
the
which was the
undefeated teams.
that was two of the undefeated. But guess
And
what?
then
We're
and
gonna
then
lose
and
against
then
them.
and then Seattle and then Seattle lost yet. So there are no unbeaten teams unless other than Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Uh, 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 um, uh, so we're gonna lose against the Steelers. We'll probably lose against Cincinnati. I don't know why, but I think we'll win. If our team could get it together, we could probably win against Minnesota. Giants, I think they're also not doing great, but some of their players are decent enough to where the Cowboys might
They
lose
were
to
they
them.
were close. They were close. The
Yeah.
Giants were
So
that close to beating the Cowboys.
yeah. So I mean, look, I think that one's a coin toss. So if there's 9 games left, we're 2-5.
Uh, yeah. Oh yeah, and I guess you're picking to lose
I'm gonna
against
go.
Baltimore. You have to play
Yeah,
Baltimore.
we'll definitely lose to Baltimore. We'll lose against Cincinnati. We'll lose against the
And
Steelers.
that's 4 games there.
Yep. So I think we'll 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we're gonna win one or two more.
So are the
They'll be
4-12.
4-12. I do. I mean, because when Jason Garrett was our coach, they were 8-8, and then they said, oh my gosh, he's not good enough. He's not doing anything. And then we blame Chris Richard because the
The defense was
defense was too
supposedly terrible.
simple. It was too simple. It
You
wasn't
guys are.
doing.
I bet Dallas fans are like, man, we want him back. He's nothing compared to what's the guy? Mike Nolan, right? I know his last name
Yeah.
is Nolan.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Johnson left because of Jerry Jones, and
Oh
Jason
yeah,
Garrett was. Well,
that
I talked to my dad who couldn't be here, unfortunately. Uh, J- um, uh, Jason Garrett, he saw him as Jerry Jones's puppet, which I don't know, but I guess I could kind of see that. I don't think we're gonna have a good year if they can't get it together. We're losing against at least half of those teams. I'm being friendly here.
yeah, because I see. I don't know what it is, but it's really hard for Washington to win back-to-back games against Dallas in a season. The last time they did that was in 2012. So I honestly see Dallas go maybe 5-11, maybe even 6-10. I see Dallas beating Cincinnati just because it is the Bengals.
It is the Bengals, and they're not having a great record. But I mean,
But
to be
their
honest with you,
but
if your
their
team can't
quarterback
get
is
themselves
decent.
together,
Yeah.
yeah. But if you guys can't get yourselves together, because you guys, I think 2 weeks of losing, or at least 1 week. I mean, you guys have not had it great either, and Ron Rivera sometimes ain't great either. So,
Hey
Ron
man, I'll
Rivera,
call.
Ron Rivera's
Man,
got some good and bad days.
yeah. By the way, he is because he was fighting cancer. So yesterday was his final cancer treatment. So he is now right now good. We don't know if he's cleared yet, but yesterday was or this morning was his last the what is it called, chemotherapy
Chemotherapy, yeah.
treatment. So hopefully it comes out clear. But other than that, me personally, I think I think Philly's gonna win the division. I think Philly's gonna win
They
NFC
could.
East.
I mean, they could. Um,
I think Philly's. I say Philly finishes 7-8-1 because they did tie against Cincinnati. But I say that's enough to win the division. Washington, I say 6. I my when I started this channel, or when I started talking about Washington football team on my channel, I said 7-9. Was there going to be
I
their
think
final?
you're going a little too high there, sir.
No, yeah, I say 6. I want to say 6-10 for Washington,
I kind of
but
like your 5-11 prediction.
I said 5-11 for Dallas.
Oh, I thought you said Washington.
No.
No, I think you're being a little too generous to Dallas. I think maybe four or five is going to be our top. Uh, but right now our team is clearly in the dumps. And if I could get to that, I've never seen a team give away so many turnovers and not get the football back.
Oh yeah, you guys are like what negative? You guys are like what -15 now. Dallas is like
Yeah,
what
something like that.
-15 in the
Yeah. But then if you look at us, our team since the 60s, we're -67. Um, and I mean, but we've given away so many turnovers. We're losing 36. We're losing by what 14, 18. I and I want to get to why I don't think even if we replaced our players and got some decency in the game. First off, number one, you got Ezekiel Elliott coming out last week going, I want to be the leader. Dude, you're getting paid $90 million. How are you not the leader? There's no leadership. There's no organization. And then you got players coming out talking about how Mike McCarthy is definitely a terrible coach. I do agree with that. I think Aaron Rodgers was correct. That's why he got fired from the Packers because he wasn't doing nothing. He was doing jack shit with the Packers, and so he left. And Jerry Jones, as Shannon Sharp reminded me because I forgot about it, had him at his house, and his son Jerry Jones Jr. was like, "Dad, we don't need any more interviews. Why are we going to do any more interviews?
Oh
Let's just
yeah,
get him."
I saw that. I was like, huh.
Yeah,
But
and
then again,
I remember
gotta
reading that
get
report.
well. I can't talk. I can't talk because I want to know why. Because Dan Snyder did the same thing with Ron Rivera. Because I think so. Ron Rivera was fired from the Panthers late halfway through the season. Not it was like little halfway through the season, and then obviously Washington had like a coaching change as well. But like Dan Snyder invited Ron Rivera over dinner like during Christmas or something like that. And now, so I remember the season ended on New Year's, right? Last season. I
Right.
remember so the day after the regular season ends, it's known as Black Monday, which is like when all like teams like fire their coaches or whatever. So I remember
Mm-hmm.
Washington was saying, we're getting they cleaned house, right? So they got rid of their team president at the time. They got rid of they got rid of everyone. And their first move was like they're planning to hire Ron Rivera. I'm like, oh, job interview. But they're like, it's not a job interview, it's a coronation. I'm like, he got the job right off the bat. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and that's kind of how our guy here got hired. Why am I losing the name now?
Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy, where it just and uh you know so we got Mike McCarthy, we got his coaching staff. There, I think what he needs to do is they were saying on ESPN, well, he just needs to stand in front of his team and say, okay, if you got to say something, come and say it to me. Not Rivera. The problem is Mike McCarthy's not going to listen to them. The players can go and all they want. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Is Anthony Brown, is Jalen Smith, is Leighton Vander Esch, is CeeDee Lamb, who absolutely played like trash yesterday, didn't even know he was at the game, really. Are they going to him and saying, Coach, this is our problem? Maybe. Is Mike McCarthy listening to them? Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. Now, could it be that the players are not going to him? Maybe not. And it could be like, hey, be a man and go tell them. But if you don't have leadership, that's a problem. Your new players, the ones you replace, Jalen Smith, Anthony Brown, Ezekiel Elliott. If you replace all of them, you bring in new players, they're going to have that problem. There's no leadership. Second, you're offering too much in salary.
Here's the thing. They lost Dak Prescott, who was the leader of the team. They just gotta find.
But here's a good point that I saw on Cowboys LA Nation or something like that. The channel's called on YouTube. The guy made a really good
Law Nation. Is it Law Nation?
It's LA Nation, but voiceover pronounces it Law Nation. LA Nation, the guy on there, he made a really good point on that. He said, it doesn't matter if Dak Prescott was your leader. You're telling me that our team is a house of cards? Oh my God, he left. He got injured. He's out. Oh my God, there's no more leaders. Are you telling me that there's nobody else that could hold up the team? Nobody else. So no, absolutely nobody else can hold up the team. There's absolutely no way. And apparently, Cowboys told me yesterday, no, Jason, there is a way, right? um, Now, here's the issue. Number two, you're paying them too much in salary. How many times have you seen on the Dallas Cowboys team and in various areas of the NFL, players are not getting paid much, but they want to get paid more, so they're actually playing their asses off. And now that they got $90 million, $50 million, $30 million, $20 million, whatever the higher salaries are, they're not even playing like they want to be there. Number three, and here's the third part. Okay, so that's number two. Number three, you got this culture of Jerry Jones putting his hand in the cookie jar, as I call it. He's trying to be the general manager, the players. He's trying to be the coach. He's trying to be the trainer and the doctor and the concession stand worker making the hot dogs and the nachos. That's what he's trying to do. He needs to stop that. Let the coaches be coaches. Take out Mike McCarthy. Let the coaches be coaches. The players be players. Give us a general manager and step the hell away. That's the problem, is that he needs to step the hell away. I'm deadly serious. This is getting annoying to me. And he's also got this culture of just paying attention to who can give us the most money, where can we get our next sponsorships, who can give us our next coveted endorsement deals. That's what he's focused on. And if your owner's only focused on that, it's going to go from the bottom down. It's going to go from him to the second in command, to the coaches, to the managers, to the players, possibly even the concession stands workers. I'm not even kidding. That's the problem, is that if you don't fix all of those things that I talked about, the coaching staff, the culture, the salaries, Jerry Jones getting his hand out of the cookie jar, getting his ass out of every single meeting, then you're never going to see any success in the Dallas Cowboys team, even if you do make coach replacements, even if you do make player replacements. Now, the only way, as my dad put it to me, kind of talks some sense into me, only way to get rid of Jerry Jones is A, if he dies, or B, if people force him to sell the team.
Oh yeah, that's what they're planning. That's what they're also trying to do with Washington's owner.
Yeah,
But
Dan Snyder.
yeah,
Dan Snyder? Yeah, Dan Snyder.
yeah, but here's the thing: people or owners do have because Dan Snyder is an idiot. Dan Snyder is an idiot, and there is an investigation. I don't know if it's an NFL investigation or if it's but there's an investigation going on for Dan Snyder. Like I said, I think it was it on your channel or were we off air when we were discussing this? Where he was um like him and like a whole bunch of like representatives of the Washington football team or Redskins as it was back in the day or back in early summer, like they were like hiring like cheerleaders on the side to like post nude or something.
Oh
Like
yeah,
there's an there's an
that's an
investigation.
unreleased clip.
Yeah, so like there's there's an investigation. So like I honestly see Dan Snyder being forced to sell the team before Jerry Jones sells the team. To be
Yeah,
honest,
because if Jerry Jones is getting into shady shit like that, he's hiding it very well, or he's not doing it. But Jerry Jones needs to sell the team. I don't care what you do to fix the team. If he's not out, there's never going to go. Another thing, by the way, I know I'm bashing my Cowboys, but I have to. I'm sorry. They showed me nothing other than in the first like 5 minutes of the game where they stuffed that play. But then they had that 2 points. Um, we have what, 6 Pro Bowlers?
yeah, something
Aldon
like
Smith went, D'Lo, I think Jalen Smith, and I don't remember who else. You've got one that went in 2012, one that went in 2013, and one that went last year, and yet he was still available in August. And I didn't realize that. Shannon Sharp said it. I researched it, and I was like, oh my God, he's right. How many Pro Bowlers do we have, and they can't play? They can't play. I'm not kidding. It's like, wow. Oh my God. Seriously. Well, I know I'm bashing my team, but this is just my analysis and what I think is going on.
No, you're
You
good.
know, not happy about it, to be honest
Like,
with you. What
like I
did you think?
said,
This has been my thoughts.
no, I mean, I'm gonna say it as it is. NFC East is NFC least. All teams are bad in the NFC East. The Eagles had it had it easy so far. They haven't. Well, the Eagles actually have made it a game against the Ravens. So they were actually that close to winning it. So like I said, I see the Eagles winning this division. Washington, Giants, and Dallas this year have been disappointments. I'm not at the point, to be honest. There's good Kyle Allen and there's bad Kyle Allen. So I'm just waiting for the bad Kyle Allen to show up, so that way we can be in, or that Washington can be in. I don't know, quarterback talk as well, because Dwayne Haskins right now is probably going to be traded because he's apparently, so he pulled the, so he has the same agent as a player that is playing for the Rams, Jalen Ramsey. And Jalen Ramsey, for him to get out of Jacksonville, because I remember he was playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars, he faked like being sick, and I think he faked like a back injury or something to get out of Jacksonville, and that didn't work until like the next few weeks. And then when he got traded to Los Angeles, like he was like, "Oh, I'm better now," and he was able to play. So Dwayne Haskins, when he was benched, he played that card that same week. He's like, "Oh, I'm sick, I'm not gonna show, like, I'm sick or whatever." And then he got so then they were like, "Okay, whatever." He has the same agent, and then of course he got fined for like inviting like family or friends to like a at a hotel, when that's like against like NFL policy, especially with COVID. Like, so like he got fined. So like Washington's about to trade Dwayne Haskins away. So I'm just waiting for Kyle Allen to mess up this season. Hence the reason why I say Washington may be going. What did I say? I said 5. I said 7-9 at the beginning. At the beginning, this was like way before week 1. But I said 6-10 for the season. I
Yeah.
still want to stand. I still want to stand by it, just because Washington has a easier schedule than than Dallas.
But I don't
But
think an easy schedule means anything, to be honest with you. You could have the easiest schedule in the world. You could play against a little league football team. You could play against a high school, college. You could play against
you
my Valley High
you can
School.
play you can play against the XFL, which
Uh, but look, the way both teams are playing right now, they could probably kick both our asses. But that's the thing is that, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but having an easy schedule don't mean jack, because
yeah.
you could have an easy schedule, but how do you perform? And your team too. I mean, your offense is good, or your defense is very very good, especially your first seven. But your team is, and look, mine just needs everything. But your team needs to come together a little bit more. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
it does, because then you guys would be not feared, but I think you guys would be decent. You guys are okay right now, but I can't tell you how many times I've watched your channel and seen videos where you're angry at them. So, they need to come together more and act like a team, which is what Shannon Sharp was saying about ours. It don't matter if you know me or I know you. I don't even need to know your name. I need to know you're in my uniform. If you're in my uniform, like if you're in war, if you're fighting for the United States and someone kills you, then I need to go and kill that soldier. I know I went there, right? I'm sorry, but you guys need to come together more as a team, and then I think you guys could go 6-10 or even 7-9 or even 8 and 8-8. Um, who knows? I don't I don't know that you'll get there 8-8, but if your team comes together, possibly I could see that maybe happening, but I'm not too sure on that.
Well, I know that you said that you were trying to do this under an hour. I think it's just about to be that hour. We try to make it 45 minutes, but you got passionate,
I
so and I didn't want to
Yeah.
interrupt. So
Well, I do want to ask
Um,
you. Could you tell me what are your top 5 favorite plays from the game yesterday? I mean, because obviously you
top
won.
top five. Let's see. The Antonio Gibson touchdown and that big run that he did. So that's two plays right there. Those are two
Yeah,
separate plays. Terry McLaurin burning Diggs.
yeah, Trayvon Diggs.
That's Trayvon. Why am I thinking Quandre Diggs? I gotta get that name out of my head. That's a
You do
different
because
player
that's a
for a
different
different
team.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. That's three. Uh oh. Logan Thomas's touchdown.
Oh, that right there was great. I mean, look,
So
I'm
so
not for him, but
so that's four. And then what was it good? Oh, the safety, the 2 points.
yeah, 2 point conversion.
Yeah.
That was good. Um, what do you think? I just lost my question. Damn it. Um, what do you think of Cole Holcomb? Tell me what you thought about that because I was surprised.
So I think again, I was surprised too. I mean, he was decent for Washington. He's been injured this year. He was out a couple of games, so this was actually kind of like his breakout game. He was everywhere today or yesterday. He was everywhere yesterday. He got that interception. Oh, that was another good play, but like to me that was his breakout game yesterday for in my opinion because he was literally everywhere making tackles, making sacks. Got that interception off of Ezekiel Elliott. So
Yeah, I
um,
think you guys had 6 sacks. I think Dallas had 0 sacks.
no, I think he had like I think he has was it Jalen Smith or Everson Griffin that I ended up with or was it Demarcus Lawrence?
I
One
think it might
of
have been
those three
Lawrence.
had one of those three had a sack or two. I think it was like one or two sacks.
Yeah, I don't know. But
But
you guys had a pretty good game. I mean, the fact that you beat us 25-3. It wasn't like, hey, 25-18, 19, 20, or 16. No, you guys beat us 25-3. So I think you know how I stand with my Cowboys. We are -67. We're -15 in turnovers. We lost against a team that was dead last in rushing
every
yards.
and almost everything to be honest.
Almost everything. I mean, like I said, how many turnovers do we give up? We don't get the football back. How many Pro Bowlers do we have? We still can't play. Yeah, no.
All right. So, like I said, I do want to be respectful of your time because I know that you have school stuff to do. So, thank you, Jason, for coming onto my channel. Um, this was actually kind of fun. Not because I won the bet and I left you.
The best part
I
about that was
19
1999.
whatever. That was slimy. That was slimy, and you know it. That was slimy, and you that was slimy, and you know it.
I
That
want to
was
drink to that.
slimy.
Hold on. Let me drink to that. Mm. Yeah, that's great.
That was
Um,
slimy. That was slimy, and you
yeah,
know it.
no, that you know.
But this was actually kind of fun. First time having you on my channel. Should we do this for Thanksgiving? I know that maybe not Thanksgiving Day, but maybe after Thanksgiving because my family's going to Connecticut, but I'm not gonna go. I'm not that party type, and they always go and party,
You
and I'm not
should
about that.
go. Come on. It's not about party. It's not like there's gonna be DJ and all that. It's gonna be hanging out with family. Don't be alone for Thanksgiving, man. Come on, go.
We'll see.
I mean, they're gonna
We'll
be
see.
watching the game either way, right? I mean,
I don't know. They're not. Dude, we're Hispanic, man. You should know that Hispanics don't keep up with football. They keep up with soccer, but
soccer,
they don't keep
yeah.
up with football.
I guess my family's
They
a
keep
little
up with
different.
they keep up with their football. They don't keep up with American
Uh-huh.
football.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I guess my family's different, but I mean, go. You can watch it on your phone, dude. Go to Connecticut.
I don't know. We'll see. I
Well,
still haven't decided anything. But
I'm down to do it again.
if you're free, we can do this again. We can do it like
Yeah.
I said, like what we did. This do a pregame, which is earlier in the week, and then do a post game at some point because again they do play that Thursday. So we will have a little bit more wiggle room to do a post game if we can't do it. I don't know, Black Friday or something. But
Yeah.
so
Let's do this again for Thanksgiving. Now, do you want to place another bet?
nope, I'm retired. I'm
Oh
retired.
boy. I'm down to do it. I'm down. Yeah.
I'm retired from bets, but all right, this was fun. Where can they find you in the meantime, and what do you cover on your channel?
All right. So, my channel is called Political Podcast. I'm not sure if Oscar will link it, but if not, it's Political Podcast, and there's playlists on there. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram. The username is at FluffyJA97. FluffyJA97. So at FluffyJA97 on Twitter and on Instagram. Preferably follow me on Twitter. That's where I post all of my content. And those are the three areas you can find me.
All right, so I'm Oscar, of course. You can find me here on this YouTube channel, Oscar J Mon. Blah, almost even a Twitter. Dang it. Maybe I should just change my YouTube name just because everything in my account, all of my accounts are Oscar J Montiel, Oscar J Montiel. So maybe I just change the Oscar to Oscar Josue Montiel to Oscar J Montiel. But this is my YouTube channel, Oscar Josue Montiel. You can find me on Twitter at Oscar J Montiel 37. Um, yeah, those are the two social media platforms you can find me on. Of course, I'm a part of No Nonsense as well. Naeem has been doing school and he actually has a full time job now, so we will be posting No Nonsense content. We're making plans. I don't want to leave you guys in the dark, but we're gonna have to leave you in the dark for now because Naeem, I'm technically working with Naeem's schedule now, and he's a busy boy nowadays. So, um, other than that, keep well. So anyway, so subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Jason's channel. I will, Jason, put your link in the description below. Um,
Awesome.
and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be
Yeah.
talking about Real Madrid versus I'm not even gonna Champions League matchup tomorrow because I don't know how to pronounce the name that the team that they're facing. So that's gonna be happening late afternoon ish because do have a 4 p.m. kickoff. Hopefully, thank God because I was thrown off my game last week because I actually thought that their game was at 3 p.m. but it was at like 1 o'clock and I didn't even cover that game. But I will be going live tomorrow. If there's breaking news regarding Washington, because there should be, because again, like I said, Landon Collins is injured, I will definitely post it. But, the best way to find that out is to subscribe to my channel, share this video, turn on post notifications, and also comment to let me know what you guys' thoughts are on having my first guest, Jason, on this channel, talking sports with me. And if you guys want to talk sports with me, again, you can send me a message through Twitter or just leave a comment in the comment section below. So, all right,
Thanks for
guys.
having me. It's been fun.
It's always a pleasure, Jason. I will see you guys next time.